the two leaders of nations who are more than anyone else aviation nerds, having built a relationship when Prime Minister Luxon was the head of Air New Zealand and I was Australia's Transport Minister. So we've known each other for a very long period of time, and that's a good thing. It means our relationship is not starting, it's continuing. And that was shown by the nature of the discussions that we had today. This year has marked a number of milestones for the Australia-New Zealand relationship. 40 years of the closer economic relations trade agreement, 50 years of the Trans-Tasman travel arrangements, and 80 years of reciprocal diplomatic representation. This year we also strengthened the bonds between us, improving pathways to Australian citizenship for New Zealanders residing in Australia. And we also, of course, co-hosted the FIFA Women's World Cup, one of the most successful events ever held in our two nations. I was also pleased that last week we showed the extent of our cooperation with the joint statement we made with Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau, condemning Hamas's terror attacks on Israel, supporting urgent international efforts towards a sustainable ceasefire, and affirming our commitment to a just and enduring peace in the region. Today we look to the future. Our two countries are most effective when we work together. In our talks today, we recommitted ourselves to the Trans-Tasman roadmap to 2035, which we will review and modify annually to help drive our ambitious agenda. I've invited Prime Minister Luxon to attend and take up the opportunity very early on in his Prime Ministership to meet the ASEAN leaders when we host the Australia-ASEAN Summit in March of next year in Melbourne. We discussed the way that we can work together in the Pacific Islands Forum as well. Our common values that we have as nations mean that there are great opportunities for us to work together on closer economic ties, closer social ties, and working together in the international community to meet our common objectives. Australia and New Zealand will continue to support Pacific priorities, working together to respond to our region's shared challenges, and that includes, of course, very importantly, our action dealing with climate change. We'll continue to deepen our trade and economic engagement in the context of our unique single economic market agenda. So I thank you very much, Prime Minister, for making Australia your first visit here. We talked today as well about hosting next year in New Zealand the meetings that we have, the annual meetings between our respective leaders, but including in that as well our economic ministers and our defence and foreign affairs ministers as well. It was a real opportunity to renew our relationship on a one-on-one basis. I look forward to informal discussions afterwards as well, where I'll host the Prime Minister for lunch after we deal with this press conference. But I'd ask Prime Minister Luxon to make some comments, and then we'll take the questions as have been designated from our Australian and New Zealand media.